Happy Monday. Okay, so I'm going to talk about things I want to read this week and what I'm currently reading. I will go ahead and start with the audiobooks that I'm listening to. I'm listening to Scythe by Neil Shusterman on audio, and it is for my book club. We do a quarterly pick, and so technically we're not going over this book until the end of June. So I have quite a while to finish it, but I'm 40% through, and I'm really enjoying it, so I'm sure I'll finish it hopefully this week, but soon. I'm also listening to A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I have quite a bit left of. I believe I'm 30% into that book, and I'm a little over 30%. I don't know how I feel. Am I 30% and I don't know how I feel? That seems weird. It's interesting so far. I just don't know where the story is going, which is fine, but I don't know what's happening either. Yeah, I'm 31% into A Court of Thorns and Roses. But once I finish Scythe, I will focus on A Court of Thorns and Roses as my audiobook. The next book that I have almost completed is the Montessori Toddler. Really enjoying this one. I'm 75% through, so I just have a little bit left. I'm hoping to finish that this week. I'm getting lots of good ideas and encouragement, especially during this stay-at-home time period with Olivia. It's been very weird because I realized the other day that Olivia has not been able to go out since she learned how to walk, and I feel like she's been walking forever, so that's weird. I definitely miss the library. We do go on walks around the neighborhood and stuff. It's not the same. We don't get to go to the park or anything like that, so I really want to continue working my way through White Fragility. I am only 25% through this. Yeah, it's a good read. It's hard. It is why it's so hard for white people to talk about racism. It's uncomfortable in a good way. So I'm only 25% in, and I have a feeling I'll be recommending this to everybody I know. I'm 30% through, or just over 30% through The Diviners. I picked up the physical book. I was listening to it on audio. I'm very excited. I am enjoying it a lot more physically than I was on the audiobook, which doesn't happen super often. Usually audiobooks don't bother me either way, but I'm wondering if it's the timeline jumps or the character jumps, or I don't know what's throwing me off. It might even be the fact that they're using 1920s slang and I just can get into it easier in the book. Enjoying it so far, 30%. I don't know that I'll finish it this week, but I'm hoping to make some headway in it. I think that is plenty to read this week. We'll see how this week goes, I guess. I don't really have anything planned. Mother's Day was yesterday, so should be pretty chill. So this one is going to be making noise in the background the entire time. There's not a whole lot of avoiding it. She's just a loud breather. So I finished 2 books this week. I finished White Fragility and I finished the Montessori Toddler. White Fragility got 5 stars. I really love this book. It's definitely one I will be recommending to as many of his people as will pick it up. I read the first 25% taking notes and highlighting and being really diligent about that, and then realized how much it was really slowing me down and just read the rest of it in one go. I will definitely be revisiting this, and hopefully I'll have a couple of friends that are going to want to read this in the future with me, so I'll be able to take notes and do all of that stuff later. But it was good, and I finished it. I'm very happy about it because I've been hanging on at that one for too long. Montessori Toddler was really good. Like I said before, I don't know that a lot of people are going to be super interested in my review of this, but it's full of super helpful information. We've already started implementing a lot of this stuff at home, and Olivia's hilarious, so I will be referencing this a lot in the future. The next book that is not a nonfiction book, still working on The Diviners. I think I'm about 35% through, possibly a little bit more than that now. I am definitely enjoying it now. We've finally gotten to a point where the multiple perspectives are kind of starting to collide. You're starting to see overlap, and they're starting to meet each other and stuff, so that's fun. I'm hoping to continue reading this next week. I was going to break this down by chapter, but the chapters are so incredibly short. I think I still have like 40 something chapters left, which it's just a lot of chapters. So really enjoying this. I also ended up going to a couple of free little libraries in my area. Our library branches are still closed, and honestly, I just needed to get out of the house a little bit. So Olivia and I went to a couple different neighborhoods and checked out those, and I ended up picking up Mindy Kaling book, which is really exciting. So Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Other Concerns? I've heard lots of good things about this. It's super short. I might try to pick it up before the end of the month for Asian Readathon as well, but I don't know if I'll get to it. I think it would be really fun though. And then I picked up The Glass Hotel, which was super surprising to see because it is a relatively new release. It was released in March, I believe. But I realized that this is actually an ARC. So that was kind of fun. They wrote Free Little Library on it. I'm not sure if the author themselves donated or maybe the publishing house or something like that, because I realized when I got home that it's also signed, which is pretty neat. But I have not read anything by Emily St. John Mandel, but I've heard, obviously, amazing things about Station 11. I don't know when I'll get to this one, but I will definitely be returning it to the Free Little Library when I'm finished. Yeah, March. So that was kind of fun. So I found these two while just going to a couple of those. And that's it. That was my entire week. Nothing crazy. I really, really wish I'd finished The Diviners, but I'm trying not to force my way through it. Apparently I was in more of a nonfiction mood this week anyway. I did not do any audiobooks this week, which is unusual for me, but just was not in the mood for it. So I still have Scythe and A Court of Thorns and Roses to work my way through. And I guess I'll be doing that next week. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.